Mr. Beast just stunned this podcast host when he revealed his jaw-dropping earnings and net worth. If you think that's wild, stick around for later in this video. I'll reveal how much Logan Paul made from Prime in just 1 year. And spoiler alert, it's way more. Now, I'm not actually here to obsess over their bank accounts. I'm sharing this because I've used their exact strategies to help 3 businesses scale to $100,000 months in the past year. Want to know how? Stay tuned after this Mr. Beast clip.
Your business empire, I think, is much bigger than most people realize. I imagine the majority of people probably don't really understand the context of business, so they don't really get it. They might see you as a YouTuber or a creator. But from the research that I've done, you run a very, very large business.
Yeah, I mean, well, we do 9 figures in Feastables. I mean, we could say that, yeah.
9 figures in Feastables. So the business must be worth several billions of dollars.
Overall, I mean, you could deduce something like that, yeah.
I'm not going to get you to try and hazard a guess. I'm sure you know, but I'm not going to ask you to predict
the business would be worth a lot of money.
Are you a billionaire?
On paper, yeah, but I mean, in my actual bank account, I have less than $1 million, so.
Do you pay yourself at all?
A little bit, but I also, I have some assistants and things like that, so it's like, I try to just pay myself what I spend, personally a month, just to, stay even.
So there we have it. Mr. Beast is making at least $100 million per year and is a billionaire on paper. But this is the important bit. Last night, I had a fiery debate with one of my favorite clients. Do you need to be an established professional to build an audience and massively scale a business around it? Or can you first grow an audience and then create a thriving business from scratch? The reason I'm bringing this up is because a creator who has a huge audience, like my creator, he probably has an audience of around 1 million people at least who know who he is. They then have a huge opportunity with a huge audience of people who already trust them, which then makes it so easy to build a business around that audience. So firstly, is anyone able to create a business around an audience, or do you need to be an expert in your field first? Well, if you're already an expert in a field, or you've already built a business, then there's definitely loads of potential for you to capitalize on. There was 2 key examples I gave my client last night. One was Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey was an entrepreneur and a business guy and a money guy. And then around 30 years ago, he started building his audience. He started on radio. He then started making books or writing books. He then started publishing a podcast. He then jumped to YouTube. And now every single platform, Dave Ramsey always jumps on it to see, in the phrase he uses, how many people he can preach to on that platform. He's now cultivated a loyal fan base where he gets around 18 million views per month, which he then uses to funnel into his 14 different profit centers within his businesses. He converts his loyal fan base into these services and offerings he can provide or has built out and is able to provide. And now he's at a point in time where he's worth somewhere between 100 million and $1 billion. Pretty insane. Someone else who was an expert is Jordan Peterson. He was a lecturer at a university and also had on the side his clinical practice. He then started uploading videos to YouTube, and in 2016 absolutely blew up, started getting millions and millions of views, went viral, turned those views into a little fan base by continuing to publish content and to cultivate an audience. Then 6 years ago, so around 2019, he revealed he was making an astronomical amount of money from his audience already. He had about $80,000 worth of income per month from his Patreon. He was earning $30,000 a week from his book sales. He had another business, which he didn't disclose what it was, which was creating around $200,000 a month. And he was making around $35,000 to $50,000 per night, which he was doing his gigs and his live shows. On top of that, he's just launched a new business, which is earning him $1 million per month, and it's only just got started. It goes by the name of the Peterson Academy or the Peterson University, something like that. And he already has 40,000 students paying him what was $599 a month, and it's just dropped down to $399 per month or $499 per month. I can't remember which one it was. And he's just absolutely printing money off an audience which he'd built. Now, I gave these 2 examples to my client, I then gave them another couple of clients of first-hand experience I have. I have experience with someone who was a car dealer who then started making videos on live car negotiations. This is actually a previous client. And he started posting these videos. Now he's built up a business around helping people purchase cars. You pay him a bill. He'll find your car. He'll do the negotiation. He'll make sure it's not a bad deal. You'll probably end up saving money. His videos go viral. It funnels people into his business. Everyone's happy, winner, winner. I have a lawyer who helps people in the world of VA and veterans. He started making content on that. That then funnels people to his business if they want to make a claim, if they've had an injury or an incident when they're in the forces and they want to make a claim. He is someone who can help them with that. If you're an expert in a field, there is huge opportunity to pour petrol onto your business and just massively increase the amount of potential demand for your services or your products by launching on social media. But it's definitely not binary. In my opinion, and I think it's a fact, you definitely don't have to be an expert to start cultivating an audience to then build a business around that audience. And I've just shown you an example of that. Mr. Beast was just a kid, a teenager, started creating videos, started cultivating an audience. I don't even know how long he's been doing it now, 10 years, 15 years, something like that, has amassed a global following and has started to strap businesses to the side of that audience. Festivals is one. Mr. Beast Burger is another. He also does lots of brand deals. He also has one or two other businesses which he works on as well. Logan Paul, he is another dude who we're just about to find out how much money he made in a single year. It's absolutely astronomical. He wasn't an expert. He was a dude who started making videos. I then have one who's a bit of a hybrid. I have one guy who was, or just an example, it's not someone I worked with, who goes by the name of Max Tuning. He was a fitness guy. He was a gym guy. He has been entrepreneurial. He built businesses around his YouTube channel, which was based on fitness. But he had an underlying passion for candy, for sweets, as we'd call it in the UK, candy for my American audience. He has just sold that company to Hershey's. He has a YouTube channel with 365,000 subscribers. It's big, but it's not huge. It's potentially debated that maybe he had sold this business for up to $100 million to Hershey. What he did is he started using his audience and telling his audience that he was launching a product. It was going to be a surprise. He did a big reveal. He got other creators to help him promote that as well. And then a few years later, with some probably very painful scaling, he was able to sell that business to Hershey's, which was built around the fact, and it was launched off the fact he had an audience he could sell those products to. So, moral of the story, if you're an expert, you have a huge opportunity in audiences which you can monetize to. If you're not an expert though, if you can cultivate an audience, whether you're giving away information or entertaining content, but you can cultivate an audience, there is a huge opportunity to then build something around that which you can then potentially monetize. If you found this video of a tool helpful, hit the subscribe button, and now you're going to get to see how much money Logan Paul made in 1 year. Cheers.
We did this year in internal revenue.
You gonna tell me?
1.2 B.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
I have to say I'm proud of it. All right.
You should be.
I'm going to be arrogant for a second and say that's insane. Like two YouTubers founded a hydration company and did 1.2 billion revenue in their second year. We're the fastest growing hydration beverage in history. I don't know how we got here.